Alam kong antok na tayong lahat, pero ang isa sa magandang bagay sa Simbang Gabi, itong hinahanap ng lahat ng mga public speakers, lahat ng mga politikong nagwiwika sa kanilang mga so-called constituents. It's called audience sympathy. You're very attentive. You're very well motivated. I know that you are listening to every word, to everything that happens. We started our journey last December 16, and I talked about the smells and the bells. Amoy ng kandila, amoy ng insenso, at ang taghoy ng kampana, ang taghoy ng mga maawit, ang ating mga pag-awit din, pananalangin. The smells and the bells of our Catholic imagination. At no other time in our Christian life in the Philippines do the smells and the bells of our Catholic imagination shine so brightly, so clearly during Simbang Gabi. And you are a prime example of what I'm talking about. The good things about being Catholic. Ang mga Protestante, meron na silang krus, hindi man lang krusipiho. Magkaiba yun. Ang krus ay tanda ng kahihiyan. Ang krus ay tanda ng isang annunciation moment that is tragic. But the crucified Lord is an annunciation moment of something glorious, something wonderful, something we all look forward to. Today, we have a big annunciation moment. And it is not like the annunciation moments that we see every day. When you receive a text, congratulations, you won a Netflix hoodie. Anong kinalaman ko dyan sa hoodie na yan? Congratulations, you won in the lotto. Hindi naman ako tumataya sa lotto. Annunciation moments of fake news. You do something good and somebody spins it. Binibigyang ibang pakahulugan ang bagay na ginawa mo. At binibigyan ng masamang intensyon ang bagay na ginawa mo sapagkat gusto mong makatulong. Annunciation moments. A few months ago, I received repeated calls, frantic calls at 12 o'clock, at 1 o'clock a.m., at 1:30 a.m., at 2 a.m. May sakit daw yung anak niya, nasa ospital. Kinakailangan kagad salinan ng dugo, so kailangan ng ganitong halaga, a few thousands. At sapagkat ikaw ay antok at nagising ka na at hindi ka na makatulog, tulad ngayon, my circadian rhythm is all diskaril ang aking circadian rhythm, so I cannot sleep during the day. And then I wake up at 1 a.m., dilat ang mata, waiting for 3:50 a.m. when the alarm clock would ring once again. And I gave some money, electronic means, and then tell me the address of the clinic, and I will go there. Well, it was in Waze. They're high-tech. These criminals are high-tech. The address is in Waze, so I went to Pasay. Somewhere in Pasay, I've never been there. The Waze led me to the place. There was no clinic and there was no child. In the meantime, I have been fooled. Annunciation moments. We have so many annunciation moments in our life. When we were told you passed the exams to enter kinder, at pagkatapos ng kinder nakatoga pa, ewan kung para saan yung toga. Pati yung mga tech-voc students, pag graduation nakatoga, what does it mean? Bachillerato? You have so many annunciation moments when you were told you're graduating from elementary. Congratulations. Welcome news. Palakpakan tenga natin pagka maganda ang balita. Pagka sinabing you have been chosen to be part of the team that will go and compete in Singapore. And then you thank God for this wonderful annunciation moment. But then the annunciation moment that we hear today was anything but pleasant. Here is a young girl who was told she was gonna be something she never dreamed of. Hail, full of grace, the Lord is with you. The Gospel of Luke tells us very clearly she was greatly troubled. It was an annunciation moment that didn't tell her you won the lotto or you won a hoodie from Netflix. It was an annunciation moment that sounded like fake news. like we hear every day. But then the angel told her, "Do not be afraid, Mary." Pagka tayo'y nakatanggap ng annunciation moment na hindi natin gusto, marami tayong sagot, pero subalit datapwat. Pero ang sinabi ng mahal na Birhen, "Hail, full of grace, do not be afraid, for you have found favor with God. Behold, you will conceive in your womb and bear a son, and shall name him Jesus. He will be great." Mary demurred. Mary complained. Mary didn't understand it. The annunciation moment was anything but welcome for a start. How can this be, since I have no relations with a man? Subalit, pero datapwat. Ganyan ang tugon natin. Pero ano ang wakas ng istorya? Kung napanood niyo yung Pinocchio, the retelling of Pinocchio in Netflix, you will see Pinocchio, the retelling of the original story, the Italian story of 1890 something. There are several annunciation moments there. But the same story comes up. A story of telling the truth. A story of being obedient to parents. A story of being good despite all the rottenness in the world, despite all the wars being waged by cruel people like Putler, like North Korea, and like China. Despite all the rottenness in the world, the annunciation moment that we hear in the smells and the bells of our Catholic imagination tells us that there is a way out of all this rottenness if you but respond rightly. Kung ang sagot ng mahal na Birhen na ito, maganap nawa sa akin ayon sa aking pagkaunawa, then the incarnation wouldn't have happened. Then the annunciation moment would have gotten to waste. But Mary, in her obedience, answered, "Fiat mihi secundum verbum tuum. May it be done to me according to your word, not according to my understanding." But despite the lack of understanding, despite the difficulty, despite the big problems that are looming ahead of me, far in the horizon, maganap nawa ayon sa wika mo. Duda. Nagdududa tayo sa lahat ng mga annunciation moments natin. Bakit? Maraming online shoppers ngayon, marami ring online scammers. Na-scam ako ng Shopee, hindi pa binabalik yung pera ko. Maraming online scammers. Nung una, bago ang Lazada, umorder ka sa galing sa China, umorder ka ng kumot, ang dadating ay basahan. Maraming online shoppers, online scammers. Duda ang bunga. Pag gumawa ka ng mabuti dahilan sa fake news, some cruel people will spin the good that you have done and say, nagpapalakas ito sa superior. O ambisyoso itong paring ito. You do good, you help others, and people spin the story to their favor. This is fake news, the culture of fake news. At alam niyo anong nangyari sa kwento ni Maria ngayong araw na ito? May konting duda, may konting pagtatanong, may konting pag-aalinlangan, nagulumihanan si Maria, pero alam niya ang totoo. Bakit? Sapagkat nagwika ang Diyos sa puso niya, hindi sa cellphone niya. Pag nagwika ang puso sa puso natin, hindi sa TikTok, hindi sa Twitter, hindi sa Instagram, then we have good news. But when we listen to fake news, Russia today that keeps telling lies, that the West is satanic, that everybody else not on the side of Patriarch Kirill of the Russian Orthodox Church are satanic, and therefore the West will turn to ashes. When we listen to the fake news of totalitarian regimes who cannot say no and step down from their power, sapagkat nakatikim na ng power that brings so much privilege, position, and prestige, mahirap i-give up ang fake news. 32 years ago, there was an annunciation moment in my life. My mother was 63 years old. I thought she had another at least 20 years more to live. But that telephone call was a big annunciation moment. She has died quietly, sleeping. It was painful. That annunciation moment was something that took me 10 years to grieve over, to realize that she was gone. Because now being a counselor, I knew many years after that I had a conflicted relationship with her. It was a case of complicated grief that I see in many parishioners here. When they lose somebody they love unexpectedly, so suddenly, a case of complicated grief. They cannot let go, and I understand it from my heart. When you understand the message from the heart, not from the fake news of Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, when you understand it because of the smells and the bells of the Catholic imagination shining in your faith. That's the recent study that I quoted about Filipino families. There are 3 themes done by my classmate when I was doing my doctorate. Ano ang isa sa 3 paksa na nakikita sa mga Pilipinong pamilya? Fathering. It was a study about fathers. Fathers, 56% of fathers see themselves only as providers. Only 15% think of themselves as friends and companions of their children. Kung kaya alam na alam ko pag nakita ko ang bata kung magaling ang magulang, I can spot them from a mile away because namumupo, magalang, marunong parangya, marunong magbigay. Noong isang araw kasama kong ilang bata, pinakain ko ng konting treat. Namumurahin lang naman sa SNR. Matapos kumain, nakita ko tumigil siya nung kumain. Bakit ayaw mong ubusin? Ibibigay ko po sa kapatid ko. I know that he has good parents. This child, this boy, has good parents. Pero yung mga nagtatatakbo dyan tuwing simbang gabi nakabandana, nagtitiktok sa tapat ng devotional garden, sumasampas sa mga tayuan ng mga estatwa. Where are their fathers? According to this study that I'm quoting, ang mga tatay, yung paksa na lumilitaw, which is an annunciation moment for all you fathers. Fatherhood, Filipino fathering, they look at it as fathering as anchored in faith. Bakit? In Region 12, this study shows that sapagkat nauso ang migration na pinauso ni Marcos noong 1974, of the 3,000 who go out daily of the Manila International Airport, about 80 to 90% are women, mga babaeng may anak. Ibig sabihin ng naiwan ay ang tawag nila sa Region 12 ay inatay, inay na tatay pa. Yung tatay ay nanay at tatay. Tama si Dolphy many years ago. At itong mga inatay na ito, they look at their fathering as anchored in faith. This is good news to me. When all the whole world is ignoring God, when the whole of the country is believing only in TikTok, in Instagram, and in Facebook, and believing in fake news and spins from social and mainstream media, we talk about fathers, Filipino fathers being anchored in faith. I'd like to think that today's good news tells us, Mary, tinanggap niya ang balita ng anghel hindi lang sapagkat siya ay naniwala, kundi dahil siya ay nagtiwala. Ang paniniwala ay nagbubunga ng pagtitiwala. Ang paniniwala ay may kinalaman sa content of what you believe in. You believe in something. You believe in something, a content that you believe in. But you trust someone. And when paniniwala and tiwala come together, this is Mary telling us today, maganap nawa sa akin ayon sa wika mo, may paniniwala, may pagtitiwala. Yan ang kulang sa atin ngayon. Ang annunciation moments natin, pagka tayo nakatanggap ng annunciation moment, oy promoted ka. Matapos na magtrabaho ng 10 taon, dadalhin ka sa Singapore at ikaw na ang Southeast Asian head. Palakpakan tenga natin. We thank God. Magpo-post tayo sa Facebook. Thank God for the blessing. Yun ang ayon na ayaw ko. Pagka may bagong kotse, ipopost. Thank God for the blessing. Paano yung walang kotse? May blessing sila sapagkat pumasa anak nila sa licensed professional teacher. Pero ang mga tao, ang blessing ay bagong bahay, bagong kotse. Who said that? Who said that blessings are only material gifts? Who says that blessings are only having to do with thick wallets? Annunciation moments come in different forms. Natanggap ka sa kinder, thank God for it. Gumraduate sa elementary, thank God for it. You got a little ribbon because of perfect attendance. Never mind, thank God for it. You never got sick the whole year round. Pero pag nakatanggap tayo at sinabi ng doktor, you have only 6 months to live. Why me? Bakit ako? And then our response is not just duda. Nawala ang ating paniniwala. Nawala ang ating pagtitiwala. Bakit ako? I have been healthy all my life. Nagdo-donate ako kay Father. Nagsisimba ako tuwing linggo. Bakit ako? Annunciation moment. Bakit ngayon? Today the Lord tells us, Pinocchio, the retelling by Guillermo del Toro tells us, there are still values that we need to listen to. And one of those values has to do with the smells and the bells of the Catholic imagination shining out gloriously in faith that is lived, faith that is shown in prayer, in song, in action, in kneeling, in standing, and in saying, and also with you. My most difficult moments is when I say masses and I tell people, the Lord be with you, and have to answer myself and also with me. Because people don't know. They come only in church for 3 times. When they are hatched like an egg in baptism, when they are matched during weddings, now less, and when they are dispatched in the funeral. Let us remember the smells and the bells, ang amoy at taghoy ng ating pananampalataya, our Catholic imagination, and let us revel, let us glory in the realization that annunciation moments come in different guises, in different forms, and they are all, if it comes from God, and if you listen with the heart, not through cell phones and gadgets, then you listen to the voice of God. And then that big annunciation moment that we all look forward to, welcome to the kingdom prepared for you by my Father in heaven. That is the supreme annunciation moment that our smells and bells of our Catholic imagination longs for. And let's aim for it.